Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video I am going to address some queries from different teachers which are basically about how to schedule an assignment which is about objective questions or subjective questions that we will make in our Google Classroom for the day of exam. So what we are going to do over here right now, this is a classroom where I am as a teacher. So when I will go to the assignments, you can see that assignments are there and assignment quiz is there. So if you click on the assignment quiz, you can see that you get a blank quiz. This is the option from which you can create a quiz. You will click on it and of course you will set all those things that we had discussed last time. Okay, you will go to the settings, you will do the settings accordingly, and then you will enter the questions, and of course all the things that we had discussed. You will set the answer key, you will give the marks for each question, and in this way the quiz will be prepared. So this is a method you can create from here. This was the thing that we had discussed, and one more option is there that I told you. If you prepare your paper in the Google Drive and you have saved it, this is, for example, this is a Google form that I have created. This is a Google form, and I have already taken some questions over here. So what can I do? I can give its link as well. For example, if I go to the preview option and if I copy this address, so then I can go to my assignment and I can remove this one and I can give this link as well. So both are the methods which you can use. It's up to you. For example, if you are taking directly from the quiz assignment you are creating over there, or you have already developed it in your Google Drive and you take the preview link, keep in mind that it is a preview link, and then you give it over here, then the students will be able to do. So for example, if I take this one, so this is basically a paper, a sample paper, a dummy paper and a dummy classroom. So let's suppose I give a title over here and I give some instructions over there. So some queries are about these options which are available: save draft, schedule and assign. As you know that in the workshop Sir Zafar has also recommended about it, we should use the draft option, because draft is a better option. When you click on the draft, so it will be saved. Let's suppose this is a paper of, for example, 20 marks. I will definitely set all these things, due date and all these things. What I am going to do, I am going to click on the save draft option. So when I'll click on the save draft option, so it will be saved in draft, and you can see that its color is gray. This is basically a gray color. It means it is saved as draft and draft is mentioned over here. The student will not be able to see this. Student won't be able to see this. So if you have any concern about it, whether it will be visible to the students, no, it won't be visible. I can show you in one of my other accounts where I have logged on as a student. You can see over here, this is another account. You can see that it is M written over here. So over here, if I refresh it even, so then you can see that that particular assignment that I uploaded right now is not available over here. And when it will be available, when I will go to on the day of exam, for example, I have uploaded these all things over here. On the day of exam, when I will go there in my Google Classroom and I will edit, then I am going to assign it. When I will click on the assign button, then it will ask you, do you want to assign? I will say yes. Then it will be assigned to the students, and then it will appear in the students classroom. Just see over here now where I am as a student. This is the class. It was not visible earlier in this account. Now it is visible because I have assigned it. Okay, so this is the thing that we need to understand, what is basically the draft and what is meant by assign. Similarly, the third option is also there whenever we are creating any assignment for the objective question or for the subjective question. So one other option is also there, which is basically about the schedule. Schedule option is also there. For example, you have taken some data over here, and now you have prepared your MCQs form as well. So you can schedule as well, but I would say I would recommend draft and assign that was discussed in the workshop. So draft is and assign is better option, but if we go for the schedule, so definitely you will have to mention the date on which you are going to have your exam. For example, if I say my paper is there on 23rd, let's suppose, and the time, for example, my paper is there at 1 p.m. so I am going to mention about the time 1 p.m. and when I am going to click on the schedule, so you will be able to see that it will be scheduled, and of course it is not visible to the student, and it has been scheduled and it will appear on that particular time to the student. But for this thing I would say we must be very much careful about the AM and PM options and the date and time that we are mentioning about our paper. So we can use this option as well, but I would suggest we should use draft and assign. We should save it in the draft, and then at the time of exam we should go for the assign option. Okay, so this is another thing that was asked, so I have explained this thing as well. Now come to another thing, which was basically about how we can restrict the students, when they are attempting the MCQs. We can restrict the students for the number of attempts. So this option is there in the settings, and I had told you this is basically the option limit to 1 response. So I would recommend we should mark it, because when we will mark it, I have checked that the student is not able to attempt the paper again. So although we had done it in the last work by this option show link to submit and other response, we did not mark it, so that the other response link should not be there. But when we will mark it limit to 1 response, so the students won't be able to attempt the paper next time. So for example, this is the paper that I am using over here right now, and I have given its link in my assignment that I gave over there. This is the assignment. So when the student will do this assignment, this was the assignment that I gave. So when the student will do, so of course the student will be able to do it only once. Right now I am doing it. It is just a dummy paper, a class assignment basically. So when the student will do it first time, then the response will be submitted. Okay, but when the students will try it for the next time, the response will not be submitted. This was the option that the teacher were asking the student will be able to view the accuracy. So basically it means the student will be able to view his answers, but he won't be able to edit these options that he has mentioned over here. He won't be able to edit. So this is the thing, the student will not be able to edit it from here. View accuracy doesn't mean he is going to change. He is going to see if he wants to. So let's suppose if the student, now I close this form again. Now let's suppose if the students again tries to do this assignment and clicks again on the same assignment, so he will see this message, which is basically you have already responded. This is my account where I have logged on as a student. So the student will see this response, you have already responded, you can fill out this form only once. So this is the thing that we need to mark in order to restrict the student to one response only. One question was there about the fill in the blanks, and it was already discussed in the workshop that this is the policy we are not going to give the fill in the blanks in objective paper. Of course we are going to deal with it in the subjective section, in the subjective paper. So I think these all things related to the MCQs, these all things are addressed, and we had seen that In the objective paper we are going to give the MCQs. In the subjective paper when we'll give, so we will give only the short questions or long questions, whatever is there in the section B or the part 2 of the paper. So I think all these things are clear. Thank you so much.